Hello, welcome back. Toy Thursday with Johnny Tiger. Before we start the episode today, I have a bit of a sad news to announce. Due to various personal reasons, a lot of things happening, interviews, podcasts, and other things that need my attention, I have come to the sad conclusion that the daily video have to come to an end. It's been a good run, but so this Toy Thursday will be the last episode. Yeah, okay. Happy April Fool's Day. I'm just fooling. I'm just kidding. Don't have to look so sad or so shocked. We are definitely not ending the videos. And today, yes, it is Thursday, April 1st, 2021. And I just had to throw that little joke in as just to have the spirit of the season since it's April Fool's Day. Um, but speaking of the spirit of the season, we are getting really close to Easter. This is going to be the Easter weekend coming up. I keep forgetting the time just seemed to fly, and all of a sudden it is Easter again, and so I had to scramble at the last minute to cancel the set of figures I was going to show today, and in their place we bring in some cute little fuzzy rabbit to show just in the spirit of Easter. So let's look at these little cuties, shall we? Directly right in front of the camera, you're looking at the first of our figures today. And if you grew up in the 90s, you might recognize him. Please let me know if you recognize this guy. He is about 4 feet tall. Well, this action figure is only 4 inches tall, but in real life, he would be about 4 feet tall. He is a green furred little rabbit dressed in the space costume holding a pair of pistols in his hand, and he has red goggles on his head. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Can anyone tell me? Who is this guy? That's right. If you are like me from the 90s and 80s, you probably would have guessed it. This is none other than the original Bucky from Bucky O'Hare. Who is Bucky O'Hare? Born on the planet Warren, of course, he's a rabbit. He would be born on Warren. Born on the planet Warren, Bucky is a space rabbit, about 4 feet tall, and he learned martial art and combat techniques from a mysterious old man before leaving to join the Space Patrol Force. And soon he became the captain of the ship Righteous Indignation, and him and his animal warrior sidekicks go on and do a lot of heroic things, such as fighting in the Toad War against the evil Toad Empire. He's also been a veteran of the evil Spider War. He's fought the evil Weasels and also defeated the scary and ferocious plesiosaur, a kind of a lizard alligator race of people. So you can say that Bucky is like Han Solo from Star Wars rolled into Indiana Jones uh, and having a dash of Captain America or Thundercat Lionel in him. He is the heroic rabbit captain of the spaceship Righteous Indignation. I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I actually don't. Uh, Unfortunately, back in the 90s, I was too busy watching Ninja Turtle and Transformers and G.I. Joe and Thundercats for me to pay much attention to anything else. So I totally missed Bucky O'Hare. And there's a little story to this particular action figure of Bucky O'Hare. In around 2005, I went on eBay and I bought uh, a huge lot of vintage, old, used, broken action figures, mainly for their armor and their weapons. I wanted to use them for other action figures, and uh, broken and old figures that they were mostly just there in the bundle. But there were some goodies in them. And along with this big pile of old action figures was this cute little rabbit space fighter guy that I had no idea who he was, what he was, where he came from. For years and years, poor little Bucky just lingered at the back of my action figure shelf, like a sad and forgotten extra on a movie set. Until one day I was dusting the shelf and I came across Bucky again, and I thought, you know, I still don't know who this guy is. It, who's this little rabbit guy? So I took a few poorly shot photos of him and I sent them off to my personal super awesome action figure guru, Yoga from online action figure entertainment.net. That's www.oafe.net, www.oscar alpha foxtrot and whatever E is, elephant.net. Um, if you want to see some of the best action figure collections and some of the best reviews and take part in their cool blog and forum discussions, go check out www.oaf.net. And one of the guys that run the website, Yoga, uh, him and I have exchanged so many emails through the years. Um, because early on, I approached him and said, "Hey, I'm a blind action figure collector, and I have a lot of figures in my collection from the old days. I don't know who they are and where they're from. Would you mind if I send you some photos of them? And can you tell me about them?" And he has been so helpful in helping me identify all the figures that previously were unknown to me. I also often joke with him that he is like the bane of my wallet because so often I read his review and I just have to rush off and add another action figure to my wanted list. So he's cost me so much money with his helpful descriptions and detailed reviews. Back to our original story. I took a few photos of this little rabbit space pilot and I sent them off to Yogurt. And he sent me back an email. He said, "Wow, that's cool. That is the original Bucky O'Hare." And I said, "Really? Wow. I didn't even realize that." This little Bucky action figure was made in the 1990s, so you're looking at an action figure that is over 30 years old, and he is still in marvelous condition. Everything is tight, nothing is broken. Um, he was made by Hasbro, who was mostly known for making G.I. Joe back in the old days and Star Wars. But of course, Hasbro is now making so many good action figures. I mean, they're not high end, but if you are collecting Star Wars or Power Rangers or Marvel superheroes, um, you are a big customer of Hasbro nowadays. They have so many good properties under their belt. And back then, they had Bucky O'Hare. Like I said, Bucky is a green rabbit. His coloration is mostly green and red and yellow on his spacesuit. On this version of Bucky, there's also some silver tubing in front of his suit. He got giant feet with some impressive looking treads on the bottom of his boot, and he's got giant gauntlet on his hand, shoulder armor, a little cute little cape on his back. His ears are articulated, so you can swivel them back and forth to give him different expression. His neck also can turn, his shoulder swivel in and out, his wrist turn, his hip also move. His leg can go forward and back. That's a whopping 9 points of articulation for an action figure that was made in the 1990, and an action figure that's only about 4 inches tall. Very impressive for something made so long ago and something so small. I'm actually enough with Bucky that I have made up my mind that one day I'm going to go back on eBay and try to track down the entire set of his friends and enemies, just so he has someone to hang out with and someone he can fight. Right now, mostly he's just hanging out on the shelf with my Thundercat and Skeleton Warrior guys. But I think Bucky definitely deserves a spot of his own. The next figure I'm going to show you is a lot more modern, and it's also, of course, a rabbit. Most of you from the younger generation, from the 90s, 2000s, you probably recognize this guy because you probably played the Fortnite video game. That is the Rabit Raider from Fortnite. Now, I personally don't like Fortnite. I think I think games that don't have a solid storyline, don't have much of a plot, it's just a whole bunch of people in different costumes running around shooting each other and uh, getting each other's stuff. It's kind of silly and a waste of time. But hey, that's just me. I like story-driven video games. So if you like Fortnite, that's cool. All the more power to you. I hope you have a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't like Fortnite. I don't like games like Fortnite. So I didn't grow up with Fortnite. Um, so I have no personal connection with any of the Fortnite characters or Fortnite designs. However, there has been a lot of really cool Fortnite characters that got made into action figures, and I've since acquired a good number of them just to fill in as a background or extras for my other displays. And Rabbit Raider is definitely one of them. Look at this; it's so cute. It's a it's a military guy dressed in a rabbit outfit, a pink, it's all pink, pink rabbit outfit with muddy feet, a muddy hand, like he's been uh, running around, picking things off the ground on a very muddy island. He's got a hood on his head with a rabbit ear, and you can take the hood off. Without the hood, you can see that he's wearing a hockey mask, and the hockey mask has a rabbit face drawn on it. On his feet, he has little rabbit slippers that have rabbit ear on them. Turning him around, on his back, look at that, he got a backpack that looked like a giant egg. How Easter can you get? In his hand, he got a grenade launcher, and on his back, I'm not going to take this off because it's kind of hard to get back on. But on his back, there's a entrenching tool or a pickaxe that looks like a basket with a carrot attached on it and a chocolate bunny melted on the other side. Just the goofiest looking accessory and weapons. Like I said, he's mostly pink with different shades for different part of his body. His knee and elbow are a lighter shade of pink, like the faded material. And he has a bandolier on his chest, holding the grenade and his backpack and his pickaxe, all that good stuff. Goofy, yes, but definitely fun to have on your shelf. And this guy was made about 2 years ago, back in 2019, and he's made by Jazwares. Jazwares is largely not very well known, but they did make, they are still making some really good looking Fortnite action figures. And Rabit Raider is one of those action figures that are just so goofy and so cute. that he can fit in with your Ninja Turtle guys, with your military kind of guy, or just on a general holiday display. But that is not why I got him. I got him for another reason that I'm going to tell you guys in a little bit. But first, I want to show you his counterpart. Counterpart to Rabit Raider's cute and pink and fuzziness is another rabbit from Fortnite. This is the Nighthair, a play on the word nightmare. This is a Nighthair, a scary, horrible looking, horrific looking rabbit. He is a lot bigger than the Rabit Raider. He's then over 7 inches tall, and look at that. He got a big, scary looking rabbit head and ears that can swivel back and forth to show you his displeasure. And he's kind of broad and tall, and he's dressed in a lavender suit that look a little bit like a pajama with black gloves and black shoes. And the shoes again have little bunny ears on them and creepy little rabbit faces on them. Around his neck, he's wearing this heavy duty, hardcore looking chain, like a lumberjack chain. And there are little hooks and other BDSM looking things on his clothing, on the straps on his clothes. In his left hand, he got a giant scythe, long handle attached to a blade that's shaped like a carrot. And in his right hand, he got a submachine gun. And on his back, there's a little backpack that's shaped like a stuffed toy, a rabbit stuffed toy that looks just as evil as its owner. Such a drastic contrast to the Rabbit Raider. One is cute, one is all serious and psychotic looking. So this is Nighthair, also a Fortnite character made by Todd McFarlane. Now, some people ask, so if I want this Fortnite action figure, should I go with Jazwares or should I go with McFarlane? I'm going to give you my opinion. If it's a human-sized character, then go with Jazwares because they are about 6 inches and they mix in really well with your other Marvel superheroes and general regular superhero guys. But if it's a character that meant to be scary or huge, go with McFarlane because McFarlane's figures are bigger. They're over 7 inches and they generally are more threatening looking. And that's why I got the Raider from Jazwares and I got the Nighthair from McFarlane. I mean, not like I have any other choice because they each only made one. Jazwares only made the Rabbit Raider and McFarlane only made the Nighthair. So it's not like I could have gone any other way. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Um, if you get the Jazwares Fortnite action figures, you also get more for your money. They come with more accessories. They come with a lot more body parts for replacement. But one thing I really don't like about the Jazwares Fortnite figures is they have articulated fingers. And when action figures have articulated fingers, they generally have a hard time holding on to their weapon. So that's one thing I don't like. McFarlane, I have been a big Todd McFarlane fan for over 20 years, almost 30 years now, and I definitely like McFarlane's toy making, his designs, and even though his Fortnite action figures they don't come with that many accessories, they do look really good, and a lot of them look very intimidating, very impressive. So it's up to you Would you want more accessory or would you want a generally bigger and more solid action figure? Now I mentioned that there was a reason why I got Rabit Raider and Nighthair, even though I am not a Fortnite uh, enthusiast. I don't like the game. I have no connection to the characters. So why did I spend all this money? Because I needed a couple of rabbit henchmen for a very specific supervillain. This is White Rabbit. Who is White Rabbit? Well, other than the figure that's falling off the display right now. Get back here. Who is White Rabbit? Let's try this again. White Rabbit, her real name is Lorena Dodson. She grew up in a very wealthy family in New York, and her family was very controlling, very sheltering. So she grew up with a lot of childhood bad feelings. She immersed herself in her library as a child, read a lot of books, and her favorite books, you guessed it, Alice in Wonderland. After she grew up, Lorena's father married her off to a man who was 60 years older than her. She was 25, he was like 89 years old or something. And she got tired for being nothing but a trophy wife. So one day, Lorena murdered her husband, inherited his wealth, and then she used his wealth to put herself into martial art training, body conditioning, and bought a whole lot of high-tech weapons and stuff like that, and turned her into the criminal mastermind, White Rabbit. For the most part, White Rabbit commit crime because she's bored, because she wants adventure, she wants fun, and she has a lot of run-ins with Spider-Man and Avengers and other superheroes. She mostly hang out with other animal supervillains like Rhino and Jackal and Constrictors and guys like that. Um, she also tend to do really good for herself, despite not having any superpower. She is kind of a little bit like Batman, just more crazy and a lot more sexy. That's all. And she got a rabbit thing going on. She learned martial art. She's a normal human woman who relies on her martial arts skills and her high-tech equipment to allow her to go up against superheroes. This is a good-looking action figure made by Hasbro 2 years ago. She's got this flowing big mane of strawberry blonde hair and her rabbit ear poking out the top of her hair. Her face is painted white with pink little nose and black whiskers. She's armed with a machine gun that's disguised as an umbrella. You can see the flame coming out of the muzzle of the umbrella in front there. Really cool piece of equipment. That's the kind of thing she like guns disguised as umbrella and throwing knife disguised as carrot and goofy thing like that. On her body, she's wearing a long flowing coat and under her coat, she's got a kind of a Playboy bunny thing going on with a lingerie and a big pocket watch on her waist, um, big furry boots on her leg. These furry boots, by the way, they're rocket powered boots, allowing her to jump super high and almost fly and allow her to kick really, really hard. Uh, One of her high tech gadgets that allow her to fight superhuman people. So, like I said, after I acquired White Rabbit, I felt, well, here is this criminal mastermind. That's a rabbit. Like she's the white rabbit, the super rich, criminally insane woman. that using her high-tech gadget to commit crime, she needs henchmen, but there's no other suitable henchman for her being made by Hasbro. So I thought, okay, it's time to get a little bit creative. So I got the two rabbit guys from Fortnite, the Rabit Raider and the Nighthair. So now White Rabbit can commit her crime uh, with the assistance of these two henchmen that also dressed up as rabbits. Thank you for checking out today's Toys Thursday. I hope you guys have a good Easter and have a lot of fun. I'll be back again tomorrow for Fitness Friday. For now, have a good night.